The traditional Jewish stance is not to cremate for a number of reasons, but Reform rabbis can certainly choose to officiate, and many times do officiate at funeral services where there is cremation. And it really is, as I tell families, a personal choice of what they want to do. Sometimes families will ask me, what is the Jewish stance on this? And I'll tell them what more Orthodox or conservative Jews would do. And then I share the Reform approach, which in essence is choice through knowledge, really on all matters having to do with ritual.
And I think it's fair to say that we're still acknowledged that there's a very strong taboo against cremation. And yet I know I'm seeing in a lot of the burials or in a lot of the funeral memorial services I do, a lot of families are choosing cremation, and some of it has to do with intermarriage. Some of it has to do with the cost of burial. Some of it has to do with are you buried where your parents are buried, or are you buried where your kids are living right now? That our population moves around a whole lot. One of the things I tell folks is if they are going to choose cremation, that one of the important values in Judaism is to have a concrete place of memory, to have a physical place where you go on a regular basis to be able to acknowledge that loved one. And I have seen that where people have used the memorial plaques that are at a synagogue, where I had a member of my congregation, even though his parents were buried, they were buried in New York. So he didn't get a chance very often to visit them. And so every time he came into the sanctuary, he would stop at the memorial plaque and he would kiss the memorial plaque. He would touch it and kiss it and say, "Hi, Mom and Dad." He had a concrete physical place that even if he couldn't go to the cemetery, that's where he was going to do those marks of memory, and to be able to observe Yizkor, or during the high holidays to do those rituals of visiting the cemetery. If he didn't have a cemetery to go to, he made sure he had a place to do it. And so it's, if you are choosing to do cremation, what are the ways that you still bring those values of Jewish life to bear?